Money is means to an end. Having money is not a guarantee for health and happiness. Yet money is a non-negotiable requirement for health and well-being, because every resource used to meet needs, solve problems, and therefore stay in health must be paid for. Money is used to develop the society. The more amenities and infrastructure in a community, the more convenient it is to live there. Life is harsh in poorly developed communities. However, the development of a society is not just the responsibility of a government. Everyone has a role to play. Africa is the oldest continent, but ranks the least in terms of development and financial strength. What are the factors behind this unpleasant situation? Among other factors is the high incidence of capital flight. Every time you buy something made outside Africa, your money flows out of Africa into the country that makes such goods. Much of Africa's money feeds the development we so admire in other continents of the world. In the current scenario, Africa depends heavily on other continents for basic goods and services needed for daily subsistence and for comfort. But how much of Africa's money really stays in Africa? Statistics has it that Africa imports 85% of her food. Africa is one of the largest markets for pleasure goods. Africa spends more on debt repayment than on health care. And by the way, 99% of medical devices and equipment are imported from foreign countries. A survey was conducted in February 2021 by ELSHA on the spending pattern of Africans living in Uyo, the capital of Akwa Ibom State in Nigeria. People were asked to make a list of 20 products they had spent money on within the last 1 week. This survey revealed that only the very low income earners spent up to 50% on their income on indigenous goods. The survey also revealed that the higher a person's income status, the higher the percentage of his income that was spent on foreign products. In some cases, the percentage of an individual's income retained in Africa was as low as 30%. What is the drawback from this trend? It is the fact that the growth of Africa's indigenous enterprises is excruciatingly slow. Statistics has it that 80% of new businesses in Nigeria fail within 5 years. It must be said at this point that Africa's future is in the growth of the private sector. It is in the proliferation of enterprises. Because it is from thriving enterprises that we get to enjoy corporate social support. Programs like Golda Ultimate Search, Nigeria's Got Talent, Maltina Dance Hall, to mention but a few, have produced stars who have themselves become employers of labor. It is also thriving enterprises that build skyscrapers. The construction as well as the maintenance of these buildings translate into a lot of jobs. Africans need to begin to consciously invest in Africa on a daily basis by buying African-made products. This will help indigenous enterprises to grow and expand. African entrepreneurs need to switch from a casual approach to business practice to formal and institutional business practice. This will create a lot more jobs. However, to be able to do this, African entrepreneurs must go through formal training before stepping into business and even while practicing business. There is a dearth of business and financial intelligence in African entrepreneurs. This has stifled their growth and expansion. Indigenous enterprises need to begin to approach production of goods and services not from the perspective of personal survival, but from the perspective of societal preservation. This will introduce excellence into day-to-day operations and translates into better quality of products and services, which will make local brands more attractive to Africans. It is not enough to clamor for Africans to buy made in Africa goods. We cannot just buy from sentiments. We also need to get value for the money we spend. There are constraints that Africa needs to contend with: epileptic power supply, poor infrastructure, corruption and bad governance, exorbitant interest rates from the banks, to mention but a few. But in spite of these challenges, Africa can become self-reliant. Challenges and constraints only force us to think out of the box and become more creative. Let us Africans arise and build Africa, for we have no other home. For Africa to become stronger, Africans must begin to think beyond personal survival. We must switch from pursuit of personal sufficiency to pursuit of collective sufficiency. The former does not guarantee the latter, but the latter always includes the former. Think Africa's well-being. Buy Africa.